Welcome to Unsigned 518's Weekend Spotlight for the weekend of May the 30th, 2025. Got a great show coming up for you. Got music from The Sugarhold, New Monarchy, Not Chinese Takeout, and more. But without further ado, let's get started.
Weekend Spotlight, the weekend alright. The weekend Spotlight, the weekend alright. Andy Scullin is such a good dude, the kind of guy that it's easy to talk to. He's got some cool stuff he'd like to share with you. It's the weekend, you know what you should do. It's the weekend Spotlight, the weekend alright. The weekend Spotlight, Unsigned 518.
All right, so up first we have The Sugarhold and Lucas Garrett tonight at the Thursday night market at the Shirt Factory, brought to you by the Shirt Factory, House of M Entertainment, Metroland Now, and yours truly, Unsigned 518. It's every Thursday through the summer. Going to be two different 518 bands playing at the stage. I believe one of three stages at the Shirt Factory on Thursday night. So go check it out. House of M, of course, is James Mullen of Seas Atlantis and Metroland Now. He's the one that's putting this whole thing together. So tonight, again, The Sugarhold and Lucas Garrett. So to get you stoked for the show, we're going to play a Sugarhold song. This one is off their latest album, Quickie. It's Well Qualified on Unsigned 518's Weekend Spotlight. Qualified, and you can catch them tonight at the Shirt Factory for Thursday night market at the Shirt Factory. They'll be playing alongside Lucas Garrett, and there'll be music there every Thursday for the rest of the summer. So make sure that you check that out. All right, so up next, New Monarchy are kicking off their Chill Pill East Coast tour at Empire Underground this Saturday, and then they'll be taking the show to New Jersey, down to Long Island, Maryland, Connecticut, Brooklyn, and Plattsburgh. But again, catch them as they kick the tour off this Saturday at Empire Underground. And right now, we're going to play a song from New Monarchy. This one is Passenger. It's here on Unsigned 518's Weekend Spotlight.
Whitewashed, skinny jeans, flying down the road about 60. All I see is hair flying by. Cigarettes, lighters, making our lives a bit brighter. Nothing's keeping us blue besides the sky. My daydreams are like a nightmare. I'm haunted. heart painting bad visions. Daydreams are like a nightmare. They haunt me, and I don't care. So I put it in drive. I put it in drive. I put it. Quit thinking for the signs in the distance. Gotta love the way I'm running with resistance. I don't really wanna stop no more. I wanna get out of here. Quit thinking for the signs in the distance. Gotta love the way I'm running with resistance. I don't really wanna stop no more.
New Monarchy with Passenger. And again, catch them at Empire Underground this Saturday, 5:31, as they kick off their Chill Pill East Coast tour with support from Off Guard, Anthems, and Cemetery Weather. So let's check in now with Christian and or Patrick. I think we're talking to Patrick this week of Our Band Show and see what band they have, what performance they have for us this week. So over to you guys.
Thank you, Andy, and welcome into Our Band Show. This past Saturday, May 24th, we had Tiny Blue Ghosts in the studio who helped us put on an amazing live stream. First off, I want to thank Marissa, Christoph, Joey, Andy, and of course, a returning guest to the show, Kyle, who first joined us on our King in Yellow show back in January 2024. This Kingston, New York band has been lovingly coined as ethereal indie rock by fans. They seemingly blend the best parts of dream pop, shoegaze, punk, and emo to make a sound that is purely their own. We had great discussions all day about the creative process, but nothing was more revealing than our rapid-fire question asking the musicians for hot takes on the music industry.
We're just going to jump right into it, guys. You know the deal. It's a rapid-fire round. We have a bunch of questions that we want your answers to very quickly, because that's just how we roll here in the final segment. So first up, we're going to go around the room, starting with Marissa. What is a hot take about the music industry that you stand by? And they call that a twist in the biz.
For the lack of time, I don't think it's a hot take, but I think musicians deserve health care and to be paid equally and to not be taken advantage of.
Beautiful. Christoph?
Dance music peaked at like 2010s, like Calvin Harris era and like dubstep.
Okay, I could second that. Joey?
Andy. I don't know what to do after that.
It's true though.
You don't want to say anything? You're good?
Yeah, no, I have no takes at all about the music industry.
Okay. If you can't write a full album, don't write music.
Okay.
I mean it. If you can't write a full album that's like at least 8 to 10 songs and you can't release it as an album, don't write it. Goodbye.
So us for the past 4 years.
That's why we haven't released an album.
Wow.
I'm the antithesis of that. I think every single human being should make music. Everyone. I don't care how good it is. You should make it. It's in your head. Everyone has a hit in their head, I think. And everyone should make it.
Like the Karens, what is that band called?
Oh, My Pal Foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody look up My Pal Foot and then tell me that everybody can
Great
make
song.
music.
The
Yeah.
Shags.
I have
Shags.
never heard of that.
First, look up Tidy Blue Ghost.
Yeah,
Then look
yes,
up My
there
Pal
you go.
Foot.
There you go.
That's a good order of operations.
Yeah.
Quite different takes on who should create music. On one hand, it is a creative outlet for anybody, and on the other, it takes determination and dedication to push forward a career in the space. I don't think a 2-minute clip is enough to settle what could be a bigger debate. Maybe you have some thoughts. Check out the Tiny Blue Ghosts live stream on YouTube at Our Band Show and leave us a comment with your thoughts. With that said, let's listen to one of the band's songs live from Our Band Show called Stone Balloon.
stop bubbling up heavily like a balloon made of smoke. Stranded in the deep, straight from the shallow. Do anything to keep my head afloat. Feel it underneath, reaching up through my shadows, always haunting me. Seconds are eternities, frozen in place. Veins are running, pins and needles, thorns cruel come betray. You're no fun at parties. Stranded in the deep, straight from the shallow. Do anything to keep my head afloat. Taking back the reins when I lost control. Should've never left. You make me feel so small. Heck yeah.
Wow, another amazing live performance from a great Hudson Valley band. We are hard at work mixing the stems and editing video we recorded from this session. The master videos will be released soon on YouTube. Keep an eye out for it. In the meantime, we just added an article about Tiny Blue Ghosts on our website, ourbandshow.com. Check it out today. Once again, we had a great time in the studio and hope you enjoy our efforts to bring you some fantastic local music. Back to you, Andy.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Again, that is Patrick Huber of Our Band Show, and check them out on YouTube and Instagram and OurBandShow.com. And I alluded to it, I believe, last week, but again, there is plans for me to do a big show with Our Band Show later in the summer. I can give you a little more details than last week. Basically, it's going to be kind of a variety show. I'm going to bring a couple bands down to their television studio in Poughkeepsie, and we're going to perform or have them perform live in the studio, and then do some interviews with Our Band Show, do some interviews with me, and then package it up as like a good old-fashioned fucking TV show, except for on the internet. I believe they would just call that streaming. But yeah, we're gonna put it together, and it'll be like an old school variety show, but you'll be able to watch it on YouTube and shit. But I do have the lineup solidified, and there's gonna be I'll make an announcement soon, we'll say in the next week or two. I'll let everybody know who's performing down there. All right, so right now what we're going to do is this Saturday at Single Cut is Takeout Fest, put on by Not Chinese Takeout, and they're going to tell you all about it. A couple weeks ago or a week ago or so, they came to the Dazzle Den, and we talked about Takeout Fest and what it's going to be all about, and how cool it is that Single Cut allows us to do shit like this, because that's where I had Andy Palooza, which we also talk about in the interview. But anyway, let's go and talk to Nate and John Paul of Not Chinese Takeout. This was recorded, like I said, last week or so, but talking about this weekend's Takeout Fest at Single Cut. So I'll be right back, and we'll have a talk with Nate and John Paul of Not Chinese Takeout. I am here with members of Not Chinese Takeout to talk about Takeout Fest 2025. And I guess, for those that uninitiated, why don't you introduce yourself, what you do in the band, that whole thing.
Yeah.
I almost introduced you, but I was like...
It is a whole thing, yeah. But the cool part about it is, we're here. We appreciate you, Andy. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. My name is Nate from this band called Not Chinese Takeout. I am a lead vocalist as well as the I guess you could say founder of the band.
I'm John Paul. I'm drummer, Kovacs.
Kovacs, baby.
Kovacs. We have a good time. Not Chinese Takeout. Check us out anytime.
And so you guys have done a full episode. So anybody who's listening, if they're not aware of the full episode, and just like with everything, it fucking blurs together. So I don't know what number episode it was, or it was a couple months ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Sounds about right.
But somewhere in the back catalog, right in the same feed where you're listening to this show now, you can find the full episode of Not Chinese Takeout. But now, today, we're here to talk about a special event, and as this episode releases, it'll be coming up this weekend, because I'll release it just before the event or the week of the event, so that people have enough time to plan for it, but don't know about it and then fucking forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that happens sometimes too.
All the time.
You announce something too early, and people are like, "Oh, that sounds cool," and then it's like,
Don't give a shit about
"Oh
it.
shit, that's this weekend. I forgot about it." So
Got to pencil it in and then Sharpie it.
Right.
Really try to pencil
tattoo
it
it in. So I guess just tell us about, the idea of how the festival came about, the creative process leading up to it, and then who's playing, where it's at, that whole thing.
I love questions like this because I think people really expect these insane stories. Like even when we did the episode with you, our actual episode, like when people ask, like when you asked how we came up with our band name, it's like a 7-second story.
Right.
This one is a little bit longer, but still
like
could take like
14 seconds.
Yeah,
story.
yeah. But so you know Corey Dempsey from
Yep.
Single
Yeah,
Cut,
of course, yes.
Metroland, of course. Corey's the man once again. Shout out Corey and shout out his band Sad Dads. They're spectacular.
Yeah.
Corey had asked us. We played our first show ever at Single Cut last October, and went extremely well. It was an amazing event. It was the coolest thing we have in our history so far because it was just our first room of people that was like, oh wow, like our son or our nephew or our whatever is in a band. When people say that, usually it's like, oh no, they're in a band, but they got to see for the first time because of Corey and Single Cut. They're like, we're in a band, and
it legitimized you immediately.
Precisely.
Like, I remember that conversation. Like,
exactly. But with this event on the 31st, unfortunately, Corey had reached out to me a couple months after initially inquiring for this show on the 31st that unfortunately we wouldn't be able to have a show, and it was just going to be us and our friend's band Mild Wally. Shout out Mild Wally. But something happened with Single Cut. They weren't able to throw on the event, so I was just like, okay, I guess that's it. And then John Paul here was like, well, I mean, we can just do it for free, like why not ask Corey if we can still play there or whatever. And I reached out to Corey and asked him. He was like, are you sure? We're like, dude, we just want to play, and we love this guy, so we're like totally like, hell yeah, let's freaking do it. And John Paul had the idea of throwing like vendors together and stuff, like things that I didn't even think about initially. He was like, yeah, we'll just have some vendors do this and do that, and I was just like, all right, cool, we'll just call it Takeout Fest, and the rest is,
and there it is.
What he did, yeah.
And like the thing about the hey, we'll just play, and the want to just play, like we just did, and I mean, at the same location, like at Single Cut is where Andy Palooza was, and we did like the same thing with the vendors. And it was the first year that we did have vendors there and have it set up or whatever, and it was really cool and really worked out. And the venue is so fucking great with taking care of the musicians, and everybody is so great in that. And I actually had a buddy of mine who volunteered to do sound. Like Jean-Paul, you saw the sound system. That was a buddy of mine lugged the whole thing over, was going to do it for free. And so I said to the other bands, I was like, hey, if we could, because we had agreed on a price, I said, if you could, donate some or whatever of your cut towards the sound guy, it would be pretty cool to get him paid. Everybody donated their full amount. So all the money went to the sound guy to get him paid. So all the bands that played there that day all played for free. And all agreed to play for free ahead of time. There were every single one of them. And it wasn't even like this like hem and haw of like, maybe. It was just like, if we can. And everybody was like, oh, no, yeah, that's fine. Just take all of ours. Give it to him. No problem. And like, that's like a fucking magic thing. And I mean, maybe it happens in every scene, but I doubt it.
We didn't know about any of this. We're so new to the scene. Like, we've been a band for like a full band playing shows for way under a year. So we had no idea what the scene was like. But then we met guys like you and Corey, and
yeah, and that's like how the shit works. You know what I mean? And people want to, like you saying, "Hey, we'll play for free." Like that is, to me, is showing we just want to play. And I mean, we've only been a band for 3 years or 4 years or whatever, but we're still that way where we're like, we just want to play. Like, we don't need to get rich off it. Like, we just want to play.
In a venue like Single Cut, the indoor outdoor, like playing through that open garage door, unreal.
Were you there when it fucking stormed this weekend? Past weekend?
I wrote it out.
Shit. Oh, Nate, you wouldn't believe it. Like,
I missed it, dude.
It was like fucking like Twister shit. We had we had a 10 by 20,
Glenn Powell.
10. fuck Glenn Powell, man. That
Who was the girl in that movie? She was beautiful.
That guy gets enough attention.
He's fucking smiling. Piece of shit. Fuck him.
Where did he come from? Like, no, but the wind was so hard. Like that 10 by 20 tent, which was fucking like toe strapped to the concrete blocks, was almost pulling out and flying away. We had to have like people fucking hanging on it. It was fucking wild.
Protect the records at all costs.
Yes, because there was a bunch of vinyl records and a bunch of fucking very expensive merch. But anyway, enough about the typhoon that we experienced this week. Let's get back to Takeout Fest. So you thought, hey, let's do this. We'll do it for free, see who we can get to just come. And it works out for vendors because even if it's not like a huge sell day, it gets eyes on the stuff and it gets them talking to people. So it's always a win for people to come and set up a table.
All it is, just trying to build the community, and everyone else, all these vendors, all these sponsors, they're trying to build their community too. These 5 other bands that are going to be with us, New Vision, Forever, Rooftop Park, Individual Acts, Harry and the Hummingbird, Eric Lewis, unreal.
Yeah, so let's go through the lineup. Like maybe just a little bit of information about like each of the bands. Like,
I am chronically online.
Okay.
I'm 28 years old.
My
name is Nate. I have a problem. I am always on my phone. And so I'm always like networking and just sending messages and doing all this stuff. And so besides New Vision, which I'll let John Paul talk about, these other acts are just kind of people that... So I made this playlist. And once you guys... I don't know if Shortwave has music on Spotify yet.
Oh, yeah.
Send me whatever. I made this whole playlist called the 5-1 Scene or whatever. And it's just all bands that ever been from the 518.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you our shit. Our new album is
coming out. Yeah, congratulations on that,
Came
too.
Out,
oh, nice.
On Saturday.
Yeah, we went to the release show.
Yeah,
that
was when it came out if you wanted to pay for it.
Right. Now if you want to pay $9.99 a month for Spotify.
That show at No Fun was like, hey, the album's out if you want to give us a couple bucks. And like now it's out if you want to listen for free.
Shout out Shortwave Radio Band.
Whoop, whoop.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so like this band Forever. We actually just played with them at Putnam Place last weekend. One of their members, a guitarist named Tommy, we actually soft auditioned him to play rhythm for us after our bro Everett left and went back home to Pennsylvania. He's in this band called Forever. They play like, they're all young kids under like 23. They play like classic hard rock, and it's super good. It's spectacular. It's spectacular. The Herring and the Hummingbird, his name's Alex. Solo act, he has like loop pedals and like a synth board and all this awesome stuff you'd imagine from someone who plays music by themselves. I saw him last summer at Nonola, and he was so fucking fantastic that, you know, kept in contact with him. We had him open up for us at like our house show we put on in November. There's like 15 people, but he came through and crushed it. He's going to be there. He's super dope. Rooftop Park, his name's Andy. Ironically enough, it's an amazing name.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a guy named
Solid
Andy.
guy.
Dope.
Only solid dudes. have
So
that name.
handsome. And
Yeah.
we, I sent him a message because he's on the playlist, because he had asked one of our friends if he could be put on the playlist. I did. It's an indie acoustic act. He's super cool, very intricate and beautiful songwriting. He's going to be starting the show off for us. And then Eric Lewis, we know Eric because our homie Joe Chaos from the Chaos Collective, he's a live event organizer. He had Eric step in for us and open up for us back in February when we played Putnam Place in Saratoga for the first time, when he just needed he wanted a last second addition to the lineup. And Eric is amazing. He has his, I don't even know how to explain his music. It's just so nice to listen to, and he has such a great voice. So he'll be there as well. And then us, and then John Paul will tell you guys about New Vision.
And these guys, New Vision, from a little bit down south in the Hudson Valley. Unbelievable band, unbelievable sound.
So good.
Great singer, great drummer, great all instrumentalists. If you love Title Fight, you will love them.
And I love Title Fight.
Especially their more roomy, spatial, hard-hitting stuff. It's a great vibe, great band.
And so who put the lineup together? Did you all kind of agree on it, or did it just kind of fall into place?
I just threw it together. I hit up a bunch of people I thought would be sick, and John Paul made the flyer. So when you guys check out the flyer, check out our Instagram, Not Chinese Takeout NY. You'll see the flyer. John Paul's getting really, really spectacular at his graphic design. He made this. He originally made it as like a battle vest, because we're gonna try to get some harder bands there. And then when we turned it more into like an indie kind of alternative fest, I was like, why don't we make it a hoodie? And he did it in like 2 hours, and he made it this way. And I kind of just, so ever since he showed me New Vision last I don't know, sometime shortly. It was recent. We on our way home from New Jersey in our studio, he showed me this band, and I was like, damn, they're so good. And ironically enough, their name, speaking of Title Fight and speaking of New Vision, I had an epiphany because I listened to every single Title Fight album every single day when I wake up. Kind of pathetic, kind of awesome, but their album Hyperview, their last album they ever made that came out in 2015, the last song on that record is called New Vision. And I was like, wait a minute. So I asked Nico from New Vision, I was like, dude, do you like Title Fight? He's like, that's literally where our name came from.
Gotcha.
And it just full circle moment. Super smooth.
Nice.
Super
That's
shoot.
sick. So when is the show? It's this Saturday, the 31st. What time is the show? I don't know. I'll ask you guys.
There will be 6 acts. There will be 6 acts in about 4 hours. So we're going to say 2 to 6 p.m.
Cool.
Clifton Park.
8 p.m.
Oh, 2 to 8 p.m. There it is.
Yeah,
There it is.
that'll work. Yeah, and I love that again with the multi, the multi bands, but it only kind of works, in my opinion, in certain places. Like and again, this is just me, and it might just be like fucking old man sculling, like bitching about things. But if a venue, if I'm in a place, it's like no windows and like dark and damp, and I'm,
like a basement.
Yeah. But if I'm watching a 6-band lineup, it's tough.
Need the fresh air.
But a place like Single Cut, you got food trucks, and I don't drink, but people that do, you got your beer right there, everything's right there.
A couple vendors.
You can go inside, outside, and it's very much designed to fucking hang out the entire day.
You got
it's
good
very
water there
easy.
too, so
They do.
if
have
you want
good
to
water. Yeah, that little self-serving.
I get it with no
water
ice.
dispenser. Dude. Yeah,
Recommend.
no, I drank like 4 gallons of water on Saturday.
Break
It was
the seal.
awesome.
And we're trying to. We have it's acoustic acts and bands, so we're kind of staggering them out. So the vibe will be immaculate.
Yeah.
You can slow it down, speed it up, slow it down, speed it up.
And it's also good, like kind of what I did with going from rock acts to hip hop acts. It's much less time to set up a acoustic act than it is to set up a full band. So you could literally set up the full band, sound check them, set up the acoustic band, sound check them, and when the band is done with their last note, the acoustic can just come up and start playing. You don't have to be like, "Hey, we'll be right back." You can be like, "No, we're just rolling shit along."
We'll be right back.
Yeah, just roll it along.
Yeah. Takeout Fest, the first annual one, Saturday, May 31st.
Yeah,
2 days.
and I'm calling it now, and I'm sure you probably already know there will be more. And that's the cool thing about Single Cut is that they'll encourage it, and literally after we planned Andy Palooza 3 2 days after the second one, so
Oh, nice.
so yeah, it's part 4. We'll start planning in another day or
Let's
two.
go. Maybe with a little bit of not Chinese takeout on the side. You never know.
No,
man.
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get you guys.
That'd be sick.
On Andy Palooza 4, and then you'll start talking about Takeout Fest 2 in the next
When we're there.
Yeah, when you're there, and then we'll get Shorewave on that.
That's sick,
That's
dude.
how that shit works. So go out this weekend, Single Cut, and check out all the bands at Takeout Fest. It's gonna be fucking sick. And before we go, I think we should listen to a song. We were trying to decide whether it was going to be a not Chinese song or if you were gonna play a song from another band there. So what are we gonna do?
We're gonna run 10 Stab by
10 Stab
us.
sounds good.
It just got released May 10th.
May 10th, yeah.
Sick.
Weird.
And it's called 10 Stab.
10 Stab. It's out everywhere. Real quick little plug. Your boys, we can't give out too much information, but we are working with an indie project out in Buffalo. They're making a cartoon. It's called, I don't know if I can say what it's called, but it's about 2010s Midwest sectioned or located band of birds. And it's like a punk band. And because of my brother, who's dope, also shout out my brother Xavier, he connected us through one of his teachers. We are doing the music for this show. June 1st, the theme song, the first soft launch, will be released. Actually, I can tell you the name of the show. It's called Flock and Roll. If you check out any socials they have, they are actually under @flockandroll.cwp is their handle on all platforms. Flock, the letter N, and Roll. The CWP stands for Chicken Wing Productions. John Paul will be doing the voice and the singing of the cleans in the show. I will be doing the screams as well as other co-vocalists. So just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah.
That's sick. All right, and now I forgot what song.
10 Stab.
All right, well, listen to 10 Stab, not Chinese Takeout. Thank you guys so much. Go to Takeout Fest this weekend. And I'm Andy Skellen, and we'll see you on the road. That was a weird outro, but whatever.
Oh, yeah. Sick. It sounds like you're like, Nate.
Your iris went on fire. Underneath the frozen flame, suffocated by desire. Trapped inside, you will remain. The shattered grass, the frozen grass, the circumstances that hold us back. A simple fool for youth and beauty. Don't watch your aim. You'll say it'll take the most to keep from calling out our glass. Both ways it might age. Cold embrace that's not short breaking down. Dark days
All right, that is 10 Stab, Not Chinese Takeouts, and go catch them this weekend at Single Cut for Takeout Fest. I think it's going to be a good time. You might even see me there. But anyway, that is it for me. I am Andy Scullin. This is Unsigned518's Weekend Spotlight. I'll see you on the road. Unsigned518 is produced and hosted by me, Andy Scullin. New episodes are available every week wherever you stream podcasts. If you would like to help support the show, please like and subscribe wherever you are listening, or you could buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/unsigned518. If you would like to advertise on the show, send me an email at unsigned518@gmail.com. And to be a guest on the show, reach out to me through Instagram at unsigned518. Take care of one another, and I'll see you next week.